Show us. That doesn't really work, does it? Have you tried? Oh, that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Better. So much better. What a fantastic, fantastic tune. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. I've been Donald Trump. Thank you and good night.
Then what size?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Toffee brand coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old isotope treatment.
From loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Good Wednesday to you, Luke. How are you today?
Orale, vato! It's been so long. Why has it been so long?
Well, we had the holidays.
I want a full update. I want to know everything. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know how the staff's doing. I want to know how the dog's doing. I want to know everything. Where's the Big H? Where's Big H at?
Well, she's at the Pentagon.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, she's at the Pentagon getting her roasting Elad, apparently, getting her questions and answers in. I don't know. I'm happy for her. I think it's a great opportunity. I think the mainstream media's...
Is it back with the Beanie Man, or is she on her own?
She's on Quartercast time.
Okay. So she's at the Pentagon for Quartercast.
Yeah, she's got press credentials.
Why aren't we going to a live hit of the Great H right now?
I know. Well,
Pentagon.
We tried, but the internet is garbage. Like the connection.
At the Pentagon?
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. Yeah, so we were gonna do some live stream stuff. She has access, so she can go whenever now. So we'll set up like the live. Plus, she's kind of a Luddite tech-wise. I feel like, no disrespect, Hannah Carr thinks she'd agree, but like, I feel like you or I could have figured it out. You know what I mean? Like, we would have figured it out. But I'll make sure she's got that kind of figured out for next time. But yeah, she's at the Pentagon. She will be back tomorrow. Not much new with me. Thanksgiving came and went. We're just trying to kind of hunker down, and stay not sick.
Yeah.
So that's been good. Turns out everyone. Yeah, well, Heather's thing is Friday, so like I'm trying to make sure.
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Oh yeah, she's got surgery, so she's so yeah, just getting some quadruple H implants like I've been waiting for my whole life. So she's been living in a lot of pain for like the last 4 or 5 months. So I'm just like, we can't get sick. I don't know if they would just do the surgery anyway, but I didn't want to like give any, I didn't want to give any possibility for them to say, oh, well, now we got to push this back and it's got to be a different day. So we stayed home for Thanksgiving. And
you got to double check those vitamin D levels this time of the year.
I'm giving her all she'll take, Luke. I mean, yeah.
I'm a vitamin D slinger now.
Yeah. Officially. Oh yeah. Where can they get that? We're at change.shop.
Yeah, we're slinging that D, and I'll ship you some. Just send me your thing where you want me to ship you some. But I've noticed a big difference. My sleep score was in the 80s. Now it's in the 90s. I don't know if you're taking vitamin D, but I recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
but
take
just make
it.
sure you're doing with the K2 and with fat in the morning. If you're not doing it with K2, you're messing up your arteries.
Yeah. And the fat thing was something I didn't do for like, for years. Yeah. I was taking vitamins and just like shitting them out. And then there's nothing for them to bind to. And so I started eating.
And magnesium too, because lots of people take vitamin D.
I still take magnesium. The stuff we bought when you were here, I still take that.
Yeah. And if you don't have good magnesium levels, you can't absorb vitamin D as well in most instances. So a lot of people are like supplementing with vitamin D. Their levels will still crap, and most people don't know that it's magnesium as well. So
one thing I've been doing that's been helping my sleep score is sleeping cold. Like turning the temperature down like as low as like my wife will allow has really helped my sleep. And I have one of those chili pads too. So it's like an air conditioner built into the bed. I crank that. I bottom it out at like 50 degrees and I sleep cold. And it's for whatever reason, I've just been sleeping way better. Like
they now have cooling blankets and cooling pillows.
Oh yeah, right. I got to go the whole package then. Yeah, so I can really cryogenically freeze. I'll send you my
affiliate link later if you want to ball out. But it's totally worth it because the bottom of the base changes temperature. But now they have the blanket and the pillow that changes temperature, which is pretty game changing because it changes it based on your own needs as you're sleeping. And it's like, okay, your body needs this much to maximize REM and deep sleep. And like, I'll post a link to my followers later for what I use. They have a little affiliate program that allows you to potentially buy a new one because they're super expensive. They're stupid expensive.
Well,
and they're like,
just the pad alone is like a couple grand.
Easy. And now the pillow and the other stuff, it's like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, someone says Jeremy's built like a polar bear. What's cold for him? Well, I mean, you shouldn't be shivering. You should be like cool. And like
blankets exist for a reason. And I think scientifically it's like 65 degrees for males. It depends on the woman's cycle.
Yes.
Where she is on her temperature preference.
She'll heat up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They call it in heat for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
And
women need more sleep and they need more creatine and they get dehydrated easier. And listen, if you figure that out with your spouse, 99% of your problems will go away as a male.
Yeah. Well, in our bed, it's independently controlled. So on her side, it manages her temperature, and on mine, it manages mine. And the bed is also, we have a sleep number bed. So each side, we have our own adjustment for like how firm or soft it is. And that's been like a total game changer for sleeping. Yeah. It can be kind of difficult.
I'll send you my thing because it says I get a $700 credit and I want a new one.
Oh, so you want me to buy it?
No, you buy it and I get
That's what I'm saying. You want me to buy it and then you get the credit. Yeah. I'll buy it if you give me $350 credit.
I think you do get credit too, or you get a discount for my affiliate code rather than just buying it regularly as well. I don't know if I could transfer my credit. I would, but listen, I'm not going to be like flying to Qatar and telling you without telling you it's paid for. Right?
Yeah.
You need some transparency. I'm not going to be going over to the promised land, Tel Aviv, and telling people.
They are the chosen people. They are better than you goyim.
Kiss the wall.
Yeah,
guys.
right. Kiss the wall, $7,000 per kiss.
Exactly.
Look, if I could tell you this much, if they were paying $7,000 per kiss, Luke and I would both be there.
I don't know about that.
$7,000 a kiss?
A lot of money.
$7,000.
A lot of money.
You could get like not just for one kiss.
And I said no a lot of the times, even when I'm dealing with like apocalypse, breakdown, bankruptcy.
I'm not saying like I want to be able to kiss it infinite times though, to like stack cash, not just $7,000 one time. I'll tell you what though, those crypto ads are starting to look better. I've always had a policy of like no crypto, no gambling, and I'm like, all of the other ads are gone. All that's left is crypto and gambling. And I'm like,
that's it.
Shit. Like I can't, where are all the mobile games? Where are all the, the sunglasses and the, all this stuff is gone. It's like, now it's just
I think the tariffs had an effect on it.
Right? It had to. Yeah.
The global economy being in the gutter, right?
Yeah.
Is a part of it as well. People paying more and more for electricity and food and basic necessities now going up and up and up has a price to pay for it.
Well, I told people that like even with my coffee company, I can see it, let's actually get into that. Cause that's one of the topics I want to talk about. I've been kind of banging this. The economy is in for a really bad time drum. Oh, yeah. And I keep getting like ratioed by people who I think are living in delusion land. Like, if you know me,
listen. The economy is so bad that pro-Israeli shills are shilling for Qatar.
Yeah, right. That's how bad it's gotten.
Sorry, I had to just jump in with that.
No, that's. I mean, I don't know what to tell people because there's an element of this that it's like, yeah, it's bad, but what are you going to do about it? Well, I can't do anything about it. Like I'm not the president. I can't fix it. But here's an article from yesterday. Americans are defaulting on their debts at near historic rates, a collision between long-term structural strains and more contemporary financial pressures that, and some believe, could shake the entire economy. The issue is put in a sharp relief by New York Fed. Household debt hit a record $18.6 trillion in the third quarter of 2025, having climbed $228 billion from the second quarter. Credit card balances alone jumped $24 billion, reaching an all-time high, while the share of balances in serious delinquency 90 days past due climbed to a near financial crash level of 7.1%. Auto loans tell the same story with serious delinquency rates at 3%, the highest since 2010. If you guys remember back when what was going on in 2010, then if you look at Black Friday data, 50% increase in BNPL purchases, buy now, pay later. And we all know what that actually is. That's buy now, pay never. The people that use those services don't pay. And so like there's a real concern. And I say to my coffee business, like, dude, we did these advent calendars, okay? Coffeebrandcoffee.com. You can still get them. I only made 500 this year, and I doubled the product in them. We sold over 3,500 last year. I don't even think we're going to sell the 500. And it's not because suddenly people don't like my coffee. It's that people aren't going to pay $70 for an advent calendar this year, but they would pay last year. I even doubled the product. I doubled the amount of stuff in it, and it's still going to be a slog to move the 500. I'm sure you see it in your store, and this other number again. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to tell people. U.S. foreclosures jumped 20% as more homeowners fall behind on mortgage payments. Now, there's one big thing. I'm gonna kick it to you after I've There's one
Yeah,
thing.
no worries. I already sent you a bunch of links related to what you're bringing up before.
This is the reflex of COVID era where a lot of people were taking out auto loans on cars that were like way too expensive during COVID. And they were taking out home loans on homes that were too expensive, but they had COVID cash. And now the COVID cash is gone. And there's been like this, every time I talk about people like, well, that's from illegals. That's from illegals. No, it's not. It isn't. Like, we are legitimately in a very, very, very bad spot. Here, mortgage rates need to drop by at least 250 basis points to get parity. But that's not going to happen. Mortgage rates are going to flatten. Now, 3.7% is good, but that's just simply not, it's not going to happen. And I don't know how to get through to people, but here, this one too, this other chart you shared. The median age of a home buyer in the U.S. now stands at 61, with the first-time home buyers hitting a record low of 21%, just as Trump plans to unveil a 50-year mortgage, which is a disaster too.
Exactly.
Like, people say, oh, the 50-year mortgage isn't inherently bad. True, neither are poppy seeds. But the problem is the people that are going to take out the 50-year mortgage are going to use them to buy things they can't afford. It's the same problem we had with the 84-month car loan. People are buying cars they couldn't afford because they were buying based on payment. And the payment buyer, say it with me, chat, is a retard. Like, if you're buying on payment, you're retarded. And this is now how people are going to buy homes. Well, I'll just do a 50-year mortgage. I can afford a $600 payment. Okay. Well, when that mortgage comes due, I even shared this video and people are like shitting on me. I don't care. I know I'm right. Like, I know I'm right about money. I'm good with my money for the most part. And like, people, I shared this and I like made fun of them, and people are like, why are you defending this? It's like, American buys a $784,000 home with a $5,700 a month mortgage. After 4 years, $285,000 paid, only $50,000 for principal. And she's uploading a video like a moron, being like, how could this happen? It's like,
you signed up for it.
You fucking signed it. Right, exactly. I'm like, yeah, dude, the vast majority of people in this country, our viewers excluded, have actually no idea how anything works. Yep. Like, why did you know? Okay, here's a shocker for people. If you ever think about this, take your tax bracket. I'm close to 50%. Let's say you're 30% tax bracket, right? That means
you pay state too, or city.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm close to 50%. So let's just say it's 40%. I'm rounding down. The first 4-5 months of the year, I'm working for the government.
Minimum. Yep.
Like 100% of that money I make from January until June goes to the government. And it's like, these people are also going and buying houses, and they're like, how does this happen? Like, dude, you signed up for this shit. That's why when I'm like, the 50-year mortgage, Trump's like, I'm going to be the 50-year mortgage guy. I'm like, well, I'm going to be making fun of you forever then. Because the only people, like, whoever agreed to the 84-month car loan, people well off weren't taking 84-month loans. I sold cars. You know who it was? Inner city blacks. That's who took 84-month car loans. Nearly 100% of the time. Like, man, I got like $300 a month, but I want this Impala. All right. Well, you can afford, I can get it $384 a month for an 84-month contract. Sweet, cool. I also got this Crosser 300M that I owe $15,000 on, and it's worth $4,000. Oh, you're fucked. Like, yeah, it is very, very bad. Since I walked into Ducati in 23, rolled out on a Desert X, no loan. Well, I do think that loans can be good. For example, my home loan is at 2.9%. I earn on average 6% on my relatively safe investments. You would actually be stupid to pay off your mortgage early, because I'm making 3% free money, essentially. Yeah. Like, I'm better off putting that money in the bank.
Investments that do 6%. Are you doing like CDs?
I'm doing a combination of CDs, online savings accounts. So like Discover and Ally Bank pay 4%. So there's Ally Bank,
they
Discover.
Pay once a year, not monthly.
No, they pay monthly. They pay monthly.
But a small dividend. So they're like, we'll give you a 6%, but that 6% comes in
it's full
APR.
6% comes in. Yeah. Yeah, it's APR, just like anything. But like your mortgage is also calculated monthly too. So, you put that money in there. Then I invest in the indexes. So not individual stocks, but the indexes. And then I have like some 401k stuff. But like I always used to pay off, like it's simple stuff like that. Now, if you take a car loan and your car loan's at 6%, and you're only earning 4% on your money, you should pay off that car loan, because it's not smarter to keep that money in the bank because you're losing that 2%. Exactly. It's like simple stuff like that. I didn't even figure out until I was in like late 30s. Like when I first made real YouTube money, the first thing I did was pay off my house. My house was at 2.65%, and my neighbor like clowned me for years. He's like, "What are you, stupid? Why'd you pay off your house?" I'm like, "Well, I didn't want to have this mortgage every month." He's like, "Dude, you could have just set auto pay and then put your money in like, a CD and like a 401k and a SEP IRA, and you would have netted out 50 grand over 5 years instead of paying it off." So like, it takes a while to learn stuff, but it's tough to like, things are not good. I even said this, like home delistings have increased 28% in the US. Sellers are pulling the homes off the market. Why? Because they're not getting what they thought they were worth. It's not that the market's not good. People want to buy houses. This is a supply and demand thing. This is I want 600 grand for my house that I bought during COVID, and it's just not worth that anymore.
Exactly. And there's a lot of videos of people playing old listings and old like reality TV shows, being like, "Oh, you could get this house for $100,000." Now it's like $500,000 minimum.
Yeah.
So,
but the real price is like somewhere in between. The house isn't really worth 500 grand now.
Exactly. Now there's a lot of people here like celebrating online, saying, "Yes, it's going to be a housing market. Yes, it's going to become more affordable." I'm like, do you understand what else is going to be happening in our economy when the housing market collapses?
Correct.
And how devastating
you're not buying
and absolutely obliterating it will be for the vast majority of Americans, and the consequences that will snowball from all of this.
Yeah, BlackRock's going to get a lot of them. Right. Yeah. BlackRock's going to get a lot of houses.
Yeah. The Fed's going to go, "We got to go save BlackRock, State Street. They invested a whole bunch in all these houses. We got to make sure their losses are covered." Yep. And they're going to be footed with the bill. As, of course, a lot of people are describing what's happening right now as a slow motion collapse. And I agree with them. It's kind of terrifying. It's kind of scary to see what's going on here, because I think a lot of this stuff is inevitable. I've been speaking about it since 2008 because it's an important issue to talk about, because in 2008, there was supposed to be a collapse, right?
Yes.
There was supposed to be a correction. But the Federal Reserve came in and said, "Don't worry, we're going to print money and devalue it, and we're going to make sure we pass the buck down the line." Where a lot of people are like, "Well, we can't pass the buck that much longer as the buck is crumbling." And I was saying this on this show before Trump was elected. They're probably going to try to crash the economy when Trump is in power. Why? Because the economy is the biggest kind of political indicator, and the biggest financial banksters and the Federal Reserve banksters that aren't the best of friends with Donald Trump and are at odds with each other could see this as the perfect opportunity to now finally do the correction, because everything's a bubble built on a bubble that keeps growing. As of course, we used to have 7-year cycles, if you remember. Market goes up, market goes down, market goes up, market goes down. Since 2008, it's like it's all up. It's all side, and it's like that's not how markets are supposed to work.
Well, we were supposed to have,
and the longer we delay it, the bigger of a drop it will be, and the more devastating it will be.
People don't you think? That. Yeah, I mean, there's also another recession that was supposed to happen during COVID that we kicked down the road too.
Exactly.
And like Donald Trump also, I mean, people don't want to hear this. Yeah. Donald Trump lit the fire. He printed all that money during his first term. And then Biden poured gasoline on it to kick it down the road. So there's the COVID recession that they both kicked down the road, that you just cannot fix this without a correction. The stock market can't just always go up. That's not what it like. They this year, according to like the Black Friday spending was up 9.1%. And total items purchased or total purchases were down 4.1%, meaning people were paying more for less this year. And 50% increase in buy now, pay later products, which we all know are just what people use before they go bankrupt. So they do, it's like taking an auto title loan. How many people do you think pay off those auto title loans? It's probably like 20 to 25% at most. 75% of people are probably delinquent on them. So like this shit, I mean, you see the analytics. Why do you think advertising spend is down 50%?
Yeah.
Is it because the advertisers feel good about the economy? No. Like the fact that, like, I know people don't give a shit about like people complaining about advertising revenue, like when we do that. And I'm not complaining about it, but I'm saying that the fact that I made half this year than I did last year or the year before or the year before, like people say it was election year last year. Okay, fine. Go back the year before that. I made half for the same views this year. That's not a good sign. That's saying advertisers are not optimistic about people buying in this year.
Exactly. And this is the boom year. This is the boom time of year. This is where the ad rates, the money, the sales are supposed to go up. I did my numbers for all of February. I've lost money. I'm like, I'm working my butt off 60 plus hours a week, right? And what do I have to show for it? I had to pay to work, to pay my staff. I lost money, and now I'm going to be taxed on it even more as I'm already at a loss. And I'm like, how can I even, afford this moving forward? And
you're going to have to do what I told you to do, Luke.
Yeah, I have been. I've been doing what you've been telling me to do. Yeah. And it's not easy.
It's not enough. And it's not even enough. Like, I cut deep in staff. And like, if I didn't have this Rumble contract, we wouldn't even have a show. Like, that's just the God's honest truth. Like,
I had a different experience with that arena.
Right.
But don't want to get too into, but it's like, what the hell's going on here? It's like the adpocalypse. But I think a lot of this is like a perfect storm of people being politically drained, AI slop content, the economy going down to the crappers, and it's like, where do you invest? Where do you put your money? Right? People are saying there's going to be a big correction in the stock market, which I do see coming because there wasn't one in a very long time, and when it happens, people are going to get blown out.
Yep.
So, like, where do you put your money?
I took all my money out of the stock market and put it in these like safer investments. I was just like, people say gold and silver, but it's like, shit, gold's at an all-time high. Does that just always go up? Like at some point, like look at crypto. Yeah. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's on what, 25%, 20%? And Bitcoin people will spurg out when you point that out, but it's like, it's still at 80,000. Okay, great. How many people, average working Americans, own Bitcoin? None? Fucking none. Okay. So the people who have fractional Bitcoin are obsessed with their crypto coins. You do not participate in the economy. You don't buy or sell your crypto.
Liabilities on top of it are so huge that people do not understand. Holy cow, I made $5 off of Farcoin. Government's taking $2.50 from it.
Right.
And then you got to declare that. And now they're working on all this software with Amazon, tracking, databasing everyone in every single move. And it's like, oh, yeah, you pumped and dumped. Guess what? You were at a profit. Guess what? You're at a loss right now because the government wants their money now. Yeah. And it's like, oh, wow, I'm wiped out. I can't do this legally. Because if I do, there's no way of surviving and doing this. I sent a couple links in the chat here. One from a meme I sent from my channel that I think is indicative of where a lot of our tax dollars are being spent in light of everything that's happening here. Yeah. As it reads, finish your dinners. There's a 350-pound woman on government assistance starving to death.
Yeah.
Right. I remember I was at the barbershop and the people at the barbershop were arguing about the whole EBT debate as it was ongoing. And they're like, we know you have an opinion. I'm like, why are all the EBT people fat?
Yeah. I try to just keep my head down during those conversations because it's really no win.
Exactly.
Like, here's the hard truth. We should have almost no EBT. I'm okay with like a 6-month safety net.
Yeah.
But like,
or like someone disabled or injured,
or if you're physically or mentally disabled,
that can't work, right? Yeah, I get it. Cool, I understand it. But there's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse, and the EBT is small compared to the big corporatist abuse with the lobbyists and the special interest groups.
The Somalis were able to drain $1 billion in Minnesota alone. If they're able to do that and they're Somalian, what do you think some smart people are going to be able to do? Like, what do you think people are doing in California or all these other Democrat states? There are probably tens of billions of dollars that are getting drained out of these government programs that, unfortunately, the only way to get rid of is just close it down. Like, these Somalis were able to do it because white people, they even admitted that white people were afraid of getting called racist, so they just let them steal the money.
Yep.
Like,
this video kind of plays into what we're talking about. This woman describes how she has to pay for other people's electricity in her electricity bill. This is
let me look at this. I haven't seen this. Yeah,
is going up, and it's mainly because of all these like secretive AI data
see. Hold on.
centers
Yeah,
that are
let me
sucking up
play
all
it.
the energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, guys. Like, I think Luke and I are on the same page. Like, we're not trying to doom pill. We're just trying to define reality. Like, if people on X are telling you it's so good, it's not. And if people are like, well, look at my stonks. Like, yeah, that's cool that your stonks are doing good. Go out on Main Street and like look at what people are spending their money on. Like, shit is not good. I'm getting so sick and damn tired of Trump being like, ooh, the stock market, all-time high. Stock market. Like, Trump only gives a shit about the stock market. And it's like,
the
stock market's
great. Look at the stock
fugazi.
market.
Yeah, it's like, it affects almost nobody. Like, it's so
Look,
ridiculous.
Walmart has these special products, and these special products, because of some kind of weird thing, are down a little bit. Look, your Thanksgiving dinner is a lot lower than it was before. No, it's not.
It is not.
It's not.
Right. Yeah. It wasn't anywhere. Yeah.
And I'm like, why gaslight us? Why lie to us? Stop. Just tell us the truth. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But
like,
here's this woman detailing what she's going through as a homeowner. And then there's Graham Stephen that I have the YouTube video on. He described his scenario of what he had to go through in Los Angeles, which is just an outright hell. But anyway, let's play this video.
Ever seen in my entire life. You ready?
Audio's low.
Electric bill.
There's no audio?
It's very low.
Oh, yeah. This video is very low too, though. I'll try to blast it.
For 1 month. We live in the beautiful state of Connecticut. Our total supply that we used for the month was $236.71. The transmission was $87.01. The local delivery, I don't know how the fuck they deliver it, but
that's just a bullshit fee. Yeah.
We have to.
And by the way, if you try to run solar at your house, by the way, most governments won't even let you. Most municipalities,
and if you do, you still have to pay the company, even though you're giving them energy.
That's correct. Yep.
Pay for it. It's $175.16. And then we have a thing called public benefits. So this is the people who can't pay for their electric bill. And we pay for it. It's $227.76. So I'm paying.
I wouldn't pay that. Like, there's just no fucking way.
Yeah.
That seems that's like crazy illegal. I know, because there's a monopoly. Like, what are you going to do? You can't get your electricity from anyone else. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So they put, I didn't know they did this. So they put other people's electric on your bill.
For the people who can't afford it. Or the people gaming the system.
Well, I can't afford it. Like, I mean, like, that's it. Like, okay, well, I can't afford it either. I had no idea that they did that. I mean, I know they don't do that in my state, but like.
Well, they do it in Connecticut. And when's the last time you did a breakdown of your electricity bill?
Every month. I look at it. Yeah,
okay.
I look at it. Yeah. But like, I do know that I can't sell my electricity. You used to be able to sell your electricity back. You used to do like solar. Like, there was a guy on my block that he heated his house with geothermal and he sold back energy and made money. Then they made a law that said he couldn't do that.
Exactly.
Why?
Insane.
Why? Because he was making.
They don't want you being independent.
Yeah.
They don't want you off the grid. They want you on the grid. As of course, there's a big energy demand for AI data centers that Donald Trump is rolling out the red carpet for, saying, $500 billion investment, Oracle. Here you go, guys. Have your way. And all these data centers are literally slowly increasing the price of everyone else's electricity, and everyone's quiet about it.
In chat, War Garble says, this is real. We've been other people's bills for years, 100% matched. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bystander says also, Courtney and Luke, you're finally ready. Please consider inviting Brandon Joe Williams of onestupidfuck.com on your show. If possible, please have Melanie Mack on at the same time. I don't know who that is. I
have no idea who that is too. Send it to us.
Email it. Yeah, to the quartering@gmail or something.
No disrespect. I'll be right back.
Yeah, like they're probably more popular than I am. I just don't know who they are. Bystander System. What does Luke think about Trump bailing out his tech bro? Oh yeah. Well, I'll save for that. I'm sure he's not going to like it. People think that all Trump voters are like Trump knob gobblers, but I'm not. Like, I'm getting really impatient with Trump on the economy. Joshua says HCB plus Pentagon content plus Starlink Mini. Yeah, the Starlink Mini, I don't know if it would work over the Pentagon. I have a feeling it wouldn't work there. That's my guess. I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to allow that. 5G modem. Well, no, I think she probably just doesn't understand the tech. Somebody in chat asked Luke about what he thought about Trump pardoning his buddy with, I told him that you weren't going to be a fan of it. Like, bailing out tech bros with the Genesis Project bullshit. Oh, that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole Genesis project is, I was like, what are you doing? Trump got into office. He's like, yeah, we're doing this huge project.
I know.
I'm like, come on. Like, why are we copying China's homework when it comes to the surveillance, national identification, facial recognition, social credit score system? We do not need to redeem that here in America. America is great because of our freedom, our liberties that we still have very little remnants of, but we still have more of it than a lot of other people do. And we should hold on to it instead of eviscerating it. Because as soon as the Democrats come into power, you know how that facial recognition stuff is going to be connected to your Twitter.
Of course it is.
They're going to be like, oh, how many people did you misgender under Trump? Oh, yeah, your ability to fly is gone because now your face matches this personality. And it might not even be your face.
I did a long form video today. It comes out at 4:00 that Walmart is using and has been using facial recognition technology since like 2012. And now they got caught. Like, they sent a guy an email asking him to review a product that he bought with cash and didn't have a cell phone on him. So they scanned his face going into the Walmart and somehow connected the purchase to it. Aiden versus, I'll believe the economy is better when gas stations stay below $2 a gallon. There's no excuse for that to not be the case by now. Yeah, it's cheaper here, but it's still not as cheap as it should be. And it took way too long. Like, gas is still like low threes here, but in many states it is not. Like, wherever I live, gas is okay. But like, it's actually crazy that Trump is like being so retarded.
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating because it's like, you know, maybe instead of hyper focusing on the Middle East, we could hyper focus on healthcare. You know, maybe we can hyper focus.
Oh yeah, my healthcare went up 30% this year.
Yeah,
I've made
and I'm
zero
like, okay,
claims.
how do I lower my coverage? So I had to lower my coverage.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah,
that's what we did. We just said, well, we'll just take the lower coverage, which is what most Americans will do, and then you're going to need it. Like, our insurance went up $300 a month going into this year. Now, some people point out, well, you had the hospital visits. But they didn't know about that before the price increase. So for 5 years, I've been paying the same premiums. Thanks a lot, Obamacare. So now my insurance went up $300 a month. That's real money. We're not talking about like $25, $300 a month. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll have to take the lower tier of coverage, which is what they really want you to do. They really want you to do is take less coverage. Though I had this, I want a quick shout out. Morgan and Morgan, before we get into this Epstein video, which apparently Luke might have filmed. And also, guys, I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. This, like, today, tomorrow, and Friday are going to be kind of weird because I'll be in the hospital all weekend, and then I've got like appointments and stuff. So I'm going to record a standalone show for Friday that'll be unique. I will be here tomorrow for the show, but like, we're running around trying to get everything done. Like, I got to make, little shit, like I got to make the dog food for the weekend because like my wife won't be able to do that. I've got to, get all my stuff done because she's going to need, I need to pay attention to her for a good bit of time. Like she's going to be in bedridden, you know? Let me quick shout out Morgan & Morgan, and then we'll get to this Epstein stuff. Accident or injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. That's why I'm so glad to have this video sponsor Morgan & Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan & Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. Have you seen this? Again, I didn't even make a video about it. I assumed you did because it's more your beat.
I'm going to do one after this one, actually, because I have more insight about what was actually there. But looking at a lot of these photos, I could send you some of these photos if you want.
Yeah, I've got them in the article, but like they're like new Epstein file. Is this new?
No.
Right. Yeah.
James O'Keefe released a lot of these.
Yeah.
Some of them are new, like the dental chair is new.
Oh, with the heads in the wall thing? Yeah.
Yeah, the blackboard, the picture of the bed is new, but the phone and stuff, this was leaked partially to James O'Keefe already.
Okay, so this is his source. This must have been the...
So
yeah.
this new stuff that you're seeing right now is from oversight, a Democratic oversight committee, and they released these new photos of what was on the island. And again, the
it's
island
nothing,
was
right? This is a nothing burger.
Well, they
There's
released
nothing.
the same phone with the people's numbers on it that James O'Keefe kind of broke down.
Oh, yeah.
They released the same blackboard. They released the dental chair with the weird old man faces all around it, which a lot of people are calling the creepiest aspect of all of this.
That is
people
weird.
People don't understand how huge that island is. I was running around it for 30 minutes, right? High pace. Yeah. Like I was jumping in the dumpsters. I didn't spend too much time in the dumpsters, but I was like, there's a briefcase. And I'm like fighting with the briefcase to open it. 30 minutes just to walk around half of the island, right?
Yeah.
At a fast pace. So I had to leave my friend. My friend had no shoes. I gave him my socks because his feet were bleeding. I'm like, I'm leaving you. It's like,
yeah, you got to do it.
Catch us. They're going to catch you, not me.
Right.
So I told him I'll come back for
I'll
help.
bail you
Don't
out.
worry.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll come back for you, bro. Stay behind. I got more to explore.
Well, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, so it's like you got to go. You know?
You got to go.
Sorry.
And, there was helipads, and there was this other kind of thing with all these like crazy construction vehicles. There was a door in the middle of the road going into the highest point of where the mountain was. So this is nothing new, but obviously the Epstein kind of scandal just continues to loom. And, you know, this administration still has about a week, I think 2 weeks, two and a half weeks to release all of the information that they have here. I know Thomas Massey's not, putting his foot off of the brakes when it comes to this particular issue. He recently came out and talked about the conversations he had with Kash Patel and asking Kash Patel to interview 20 of the alleged predators who hurt children.
Okay.
He had six of them billionaires. But Kash declined because he says he can't trust the people that allegedly work for Thomas
Did you see
Massey.
that FBI spent over $1 million in overtime on redacting the files?
Yeah, I responded to that with like,
we're getting nothing. We're getting nothing, folks. Just
they're working overtime, and they have been all year.
That's the second time they've reported that, right? I feel like they talked about like months ago, like they have all these agents pouring over it. That was like back when I was
And
still
there's
upstairs.
reports of agents being taken off of like serious duties and serious jobs in order to hyper focus on censoring and blacking out the Epstein list. And there's also a new ongoing investigation that will prevent other disclosures from being released here as well. Now,
Of course.
Thomas Massie also came out and says that Kash Patel's staff threatened his staff with criminal investigation if he doesn't shape up and play ball. Right.
Interesting.
And I believe a lot of that, and he believes a lot of that was related to the kind of billionaire class. Now, again, a lot of billionaires, a lot of elites, a lot of Democratic Party brokers here that could be investigated, that could be interviewed by the FBI, but they're not doing it, which is absolutely bewildering. This is going to become another major issue. And listen, I know we had our differences of opinion here, but this is going to be an ongoing issue all the way up until the midterms. And I know a lot of people are saying you're wrong. No one cares. People aren't searching for it. It's going to go away. They were telling, people were saying this in August. And I'm like, it's not. It's going to expand and grow from here. And it has been growing. And sadly, I believe there's going to be more of this. And I just don't understand the logic, because there isn't any when it comes to protecting a lot of these high-level players, which is disenfranchising a very important base of people who are on the fence and in the middle, who no longer are willing to give up political capital because of this one single issue.
Well, maybe Kash Patel is just waiting for the right jacket so that he can release the files. Isn't that possible? I think it's certainly possible that it's like really just about getting the right jacket. The fact that they're going to the level of redaction that they're going to have, certainly this is what it seems like. This is just going to mean that
more
nobody's
people are going to have more
it.
questions.
Yes.
More
no
people are going to be like,
it.
who the hell's this? What the hell's that?
Yeah.
Why can't we see this? And it's like, you're protecting the billionaires.
The Democrats are going to say, well, everybody underneath is black. It must be Republicans. That's why they redacted it. And they're going to use it against them. The Republicans, if something drastic doesn't happen, it's going to be a bloodbath at the midterms. The economy is going to be in the tank, and there's going to be
especially in January and February.
January, February is going to be bad. You have this situation where, Trump's $2,000 checks isn't going to fix that, and that $2,000 is more like $800 with inflation and all this kind of stuff, and I just don't know. He can't deport enough people to really. Trump may be doing all the right things, but it's not going to get fixed in 8 months. Nope. That's the thing. And the Epstein thing is going to be yet another distraction at the end of January. What they're going to do is they're going to release it over Christmas. That's when they're going to do it, because that's when people are going to not be paying attention. And that's probably what I would do. But stop with the black pill since Luke is on.
Planned. No. I think it goes deeper. I think that's why they planned the government shutdown for as long, because they're like, okay, it's going to pass. Then we have 30 days Christmas. Good. Boom. One and done. And then we'll focus on the midterms. Yeah. And it's like, the people consulting you or are the absolute worst people at consulting you, Trump, and you need to fire them immediately and do the right thing.
Yeah, he generally goes through this. Even he did this in this first administration where there was kind of a clearing of the House. Cash has to go. His trust, it's not even about whether or not he's doing a good job. It's that nobody trusts him anymore. And he might be a nice guy. I know you've met him. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying, nobody trusts him.
This Epstein stuff ruined him.
Yeah, Pam Bondi too. She's got to go. Dan Bongino. Yeah,
they fell on the sword, and it's awful to see they were really seen as the heroes.
Yes,
and now they're seen as the villains, right? And that's because they lied to us.
Yeah, have you noticed that Bongino and Cash have been on a tweet storm the past couple of days? Look at all this good stuff we've done. It's nothing can undo you fuck up on the Epstein files. Nothing can undo the fact that you fired 0 FBI agents. Nothing can undo. I mean, Dan Bongino, this is tough, because most of his audience is Rumble's audience. But damn, dude, you gotta quit. You gotta quit. Like if you I believe that he believed he was going to release the Epstein files, and if that's true, he's just gotta quit. He's gonna vaporize every bit of credibility he had left. I mean, he's got hundreds of hours on the Epstein files on his show that he did in front of 200,000 people. Like, you just got to quit, dude. You got to quit. I don't think anyone will hold it against you. Like, if you quit and you're like, look, it was so much harder to fuck with it. You know, it was so much deeper than I had ever hoped. I couldn't, you know, all I could do is go back to my job of, you know, bringing this stuff to light. I would not hold it against him. He's like, look, I got in there. The swamp was balls deep. You know, what if he really did show up and he got handed a folder and had a picture of his kids?
That's also a possibility. You know, that's also one of the things. And if that's the situation, I'm like, okay, thank you guys. I'm out. I'll see you later. Yeah. There's no saving this.
I'm not going to die for this. I'm not going to have my family die for this. I'm just going to go back to podcasting and thank you very much. And like,
if that was the case, right?
Yeah. I mean that like some level of blackmail. Maybe it wasn't that, but it was like, I think Dan should just really quit and come back to Rumble. And at this point, that is the best way to save his reputation. If he was asking me man to man, I say, just fucking quit, dude. Just quit and come back and say, it's so much worse than you could have ever imagined. Tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. Like that's, I don't know what else you do.
About it.
Well, he can and he can't, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that used to be in government that do a lot of talking. You know, Comey wrote a book, didn't he? Comey did the talk show series. I'm not saying he can't say specifically, but he could just say like, guys, I did my best and I could not make a difference. And just come back. Cash, I think he's going to stay. Cash is
more of a team player.
Yeah, he is. He's going to stay. But Dan built his career on calling out, in particular, the Epstein files. And the fact that he's like, there's no there. There's no that, like, dude, just, if they're making you lie, you never have to admit it. Just quit and come back.
Yeah. I mean, the way that they handled it, it just wasn't politically smart, right?
Yeah.
If you have a PR agency that is actually legitimate and good and smart, they'll tell you like, okay, this is the worst possible approach.
Yeah, and
maybe
that's what they did.
Mix up, maybe.
Yeah, they're like, this is the worst idea. They're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and they forgot to see the word worst.
Best idea. This is the worst idea, and it's like, whoopsie, they got flipped. And it's like, okay, read off the script from the worst idea, and it's like you couldn't fumble this more than
they couldn't have done worse. Yeah, they really couldn't. Worse.
And I wish there was a saving grace, but until all of those files are released, until people are held accountable, which they won't.
It won't be. Yeah, it's over.
This will be this kind of like skeleton in the closet that everyone knows is there, that they're desperately trying to keep closed. But people are like, yeah, we rather you do good stuff rather than just like protecting these predators out there, because everything doesn't really matter if you're protecting the predators.
Yeah, and it's not even Epstein fatigue. It's like, okay, the Epstein stuff is bad, but like, how come we know nothing about Thomas Matthew Crooks?
Exactly.
How come we know nothing about the Vegas shooting? Right.
Or the J6 pipe bomber. They're like, Kash Patel 2 weeks ago. Kash Patel 2 weeks ago was on a major mainstream media interview. He's like, we're gonna give you something soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, we're waiting here. We have nothing.
Yeah,
we have nothing about the J6 pipe bomber,
which all signs, which new evidence points to being a FBI employee or a Capitol Police employee who now works for the CIA.
Yeah,
like that. There's new evidence.
Allegedly, they were playing with puppies.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, playing with puppies. Yeah,
they were allegedly playing with puppies. But it's also interesting that new details emerged where it was the Capitol Police undercover unit that found these devices.
Yep.
Right at the time where people were storming the Capitol.
What an odd time. Yeah. It's just, I don't see Dan as such a villain. Trump is the one constantly saying things are Democrat hoaxes. I don't think Dan's a villain. I just think Dan showed up and it was way worse than anyone could have imagined. Now, if he stays in this job and he doesn't come back, I will say he will start to look bad in my eyes. Like, I wanted him in that position to fight the fight. I did not want him in that position for clout. Like, if he can't fight the fight, then he should bail. But, you know, he's only been there for about a year now. If he bails, I think he could basically keep his reputation intact. If he stays... Go ahead.
No. I absolutely agree with you. I just typed in Kash Patel into Google News.
Mm-hmm.
What are they talking about? His private jet joyrides, right?
Yeah.
And then the whole girlfriend saga,
oh, God, it's
which is
so
another
bad.
saga. And it's like, okay, I wish we could be talking about actually holding the deep state accountable.
No, but we're talking about this shit. Yeah, exactly.
Like Donald Trump was spied on by the NSA that leaked Witkoff's call with the Russian delegation. Russia's like, what the hell? I thought we were talking privately. And now you have your own government literally spying on you and releasing it to Bloomberg News. What the hell's going on here? This is a criminal offense. And it's sabotaging peace talks. Trump's peace talks are being sabotaged by the deep state.
Correct.
And then Kash Patel was talking about his private jet use and his girlfriend. I'm like, Kash Patel, you should go after those NSA agents that are literally leaking private phone calls with Witkoff. There's a reason Witkoff had to go to Russia, right? It's because the leaking of these phone calls is undermining the private communications and the peace deal that is trying to be achieved here.
He has to do it in person now because nobody trusts him. They think their phone calls are getting leaked.
They're like, we can't talk to you on the phone.
Yeah.
They send Jared Kushner there too. They're like, Kushner, Witkoff, go to Russia, which is wild.
This quote, I'm entitled to a personal life, is like everything wrong with Kash's leadership.
Yeah.
Dude, you aren't entitled to a personal life. You aren't. You're the director of the FBI. You can have a personal life when you're done. It is so crazy to me that he would say this. Like, okay,
but it's
you
another
can take
PR disaster. Whoever his PR person is an absolute buffoon.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you're allowed to go on vacation. I don't have a problem. When they're like, good, Trump's playing golf. That shit does not land with me. But like this shit where I'm like, I use my private jet so I could go watch my country music sensation girlfriend. And then I'm going to get indignant about it when people have a problem with that. That shit's not a good look, bro. Like, you shouldn't be, I know they'll say, look, well, he's a figurehead, so he needs security. You know what you do then? You don't go. You don't go. And then in 8 years, you can talk about what a hero you are and say, hey, I made all these personal sacrifices, but we got the bad guys. Now I'm going to write a book about it and make a $500 million, and I'm going to go. Like, why does nobody see? You don't see Dan Bongino doing it. Like, he knows what the optics of that is. People say The Hill, don't believe it. No, that's a quote. He said that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was also on the media talking about how he's like divorced from his wife.
Yeah,
he's divorced, meaning not there because of
her job. Yeah.
But he also got criticized because of that. And people are like, stop complaining. Like, let's just get the job done. And I think
it's
that's
like
the
this guy never worked a real job. Like, these guys should be working 150 hours a week. Well, 100 hours a week.
Yeah. Trump, give him credit, is one of the hardest working people in this industry, in the whole political sphere. Trump works
He's wearing down too. Like, he's falling asleep in all these meetings, and they're like, look at Sleepy Trump. First of all, I don't give a shit because none of you cared when Joe Biden did it. But yes, he is falling asleep. He's 5 years older now. He's 80 years old. He's still working 100 hours a week. Of course he's wearing down. What's Kash's excuse? What's Dan's excuse? They don't have one. By the way, let the people know where they can find your content, Luke, and what you got going on.
Well, I appreciate that. YouTube.com/WeAreChange. I'm still barely hanging on, but I am somehow. I'm persistent and hard-headed. Yeah. But enjoy the videos. I'll just say this. Enjoy the videos while I'm still making them. Right?
Yeah.
There might be a shift, especially in January and February, where I think I might have to go into other industries or do other things. So as I'm still releasing the videos, and appreciate them. I'm negative 23 subscribers for the month. If I could get 23 people to subscribe, on youtube.com/We Are Change that could help me with the algorithm gods that are now prioritizing AI slop and absolutely destroying independent media. So I don't know how long I still have it. I've been in this game for 20 years. I don't know how long I have it in me, to be quite honest, especially with just how awful the numbers and the survivability. I could only keep losing money for so long doing this.
Right.
So, the support I get is definitely greatly appreciative. youtube.com/We Are Change means a lot to me. And hopefully we, keep the wheels on this car going.
Yeah,
we'll
hopefully
see.
January is different. We'll see.
It's going to be worse.
I told my wife, January is going to determine a lot, but it's business as usual until then. By the way, if you can follow me wherever you're watching me now, just go ahead and make sure you follow or subscribe. Viewership's doing better on Rumble. We've got 12,000 people watching right now, and that's pretty good considering we're kind of in the wasteland of content. Someone in Chester, Jeremy can't figure out why revenue's down, even though all he does is spurg out about and blackpill nonstop. You don't watch my content if you think I blackpill nonstop. And I don't know what you mean. Like the advertisers, I'm not talking about super chats being down. I'm talking about advertiser revenue. I don't think advertisers give a shit. Subathon for Christmas. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. And it's going to have to be on, like Luke's going to have to do one for his website. I'm going to have to do one for mine.
What is that?
Basically, like you stay live and trying to get as many people to like subscribe to your shit as possible. You set goals and that's probably what I'll have to do. Tactical Sauce says $5 will save the show. Thank you. You're right. Yeah, it's gonna be. So what do you make of this Somali stuff? You think Trump's gonna follow through on like banning third worlders? I mean, I hope he does, but I wonder.
He made very similar moves in his first term. If you remember,
yeah, he pussied out though.
A travel ban, and then of course it got kind of pushed back here. It's going to be interesting, because we really are dealing with an extraordinary situation where a lot of the native population is taxed to pay for the fertility of outsiders.
Yep.
And outsiders that are coming in aren't working, therefore they can't be taxed. This is while particularly white men.
Oh yeah, Molyneux tweeted that, right? Molyneux tweeted something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a fertility collapse.
Thanks, dork. Yeah.
In the Western world. And a lot of people are being even denied jobs because of their ethnicity and their race, and they can't start families. So this immigration issue is a very important one. It's a key one to address right now
and quickly.
And listen, there's a big price to pay for importing people. Now, the kind of neoliberal economists are like, it's going to be great, more people, more money.
Yeah, that's
not. But but we have like safety nets in our systems that are being used and abused by people clearly coming in here taking advantage of them.
Well, what's going to happen?
Of course, those safety nets prevent people from actually holding their wealth, starting families, and owning their own homes.
Well, you know what's going to happen is, by the way, thanks Surf and Bird for the 5, and also Dorkness Rising. We'll do a subathon in January. Whistling Diesel put this at the end of his video. He was getting like a predatory tax, and they arrested him for tax fraud because he registered a car in a different state, so that he wouldn't have to pay absurd taxes. Yeah.
And this is Tennessee, and he destroyed the car. He bought the car to destroy it. And Tennessee's like, give me the money. Without even notifying him, they arrested him.
Well, what I'm saying is all of these programs collapse when people who are having the jobs and creating the revenue leave.
Yeah.
Like all the rich people in Minnesota aren't going to stay there when they see how the state spends their money. All these entitlement programs stop when guys like me and you are like, I could make twice as much money if I just moved to the Dominican Republic. Like I could do my show from there, or I could do my show from, Thailand or, Vietnam or whatever. Yes.
But then they still have taxes if you make over a certain amount and you're still an American citizen. We're the only one of the few countries in the world that still taxes people who don't live in America that hold citizenship. It's like, oh, come on.
With that, I do have my appointment. My doctor's here, so I got to go. But I'll be back tomorrow with Hannah Claire and Melanie Mack. Should be a good show. Luke, we'll see you next week, Monday.
Monday?
I'm sorry, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday. Yep. And we'll see you and I got to talk about doing some collab whoring out content while we're in Arizona too. So, all right, everyone, go say hi to Viva Fry. And we'll be back tomorrow at